to the Staple View podcast with me, Maddie Hart. And who are we here with today?
Hi, my name's Gray Fagan. Gray's World on here. Are we cross-streaming? I don't know. We are.
We're cross-streaming.
Oh my gosh, you're on my account as well.
Aw, yay. So people on your account are probably like, who's this bitch?
Every galaxy you give, it's
Why are
going
they
to me.
saying the B word?
I know. They probably hopefully aren't saying that. And who are you?
My name is Sammie, and they're probably going, who is this? Who's this?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what they're saying.
This is the Staple View podcast. We have an awesome guest today, Gray Fagan, as aforementioned.
Yes.
Me and Sammie and Gray
As
is
before
new.
mentioned.
As before mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that a word?
I don't think so.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
word, but
I've
we
never
can make
used
it a
I
word.
like it though.
Language is supposed to reflect us, not the other way around. So it's like, if we say it's a word, it's a word. Like, that's fine.
That's why I never correct people when they mispronounce something or when they maybe have a little bit of typo. Because if I understood what you were
It
saying,
doesn't matter.
I understood. That's what language is for. It's for us to
feminine
understand each other.
nominative.
Yes.
Hey!
So true.
Dave Chappelle Roan, let's go.
That's who that's from. I do always get really annoyed when people correct grammar because it's like, who cares? Like, we made that up. Like, we made up grammar. Like,
Wait, that's true.
if you understand what I'm trying to say, like, what's the point in correcting me? Like, oh, you're just trying to flex that you like went to middle school and remember what we
Went to
learned.
middle school?
That's when you learn grammar,
I think
right?
when that was
True.
money too, when I'm like thinking about like, I tried to use cash recently and they were like, oh, we don't take that. And I was like, wait, but it's like, this is real. And then they're like, just use the card. And then I thought, it's all just like points, right?
Yes, it's all made up.
everything-
My
Everything's
Kmart cash.
Well, that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
If you don't have the real cash and it doesn't matter, they don't want that. They just want those little points transferred. And we're all
Whoa.
just collecting. It's like no different than a video game. And I'm
It's
like,
so true. It's like
Yeah.
you just want an internet boop boop.
yeah, it's just, and the points just get moved around.
Yes.
Right? And then how many are there?
And grammar's fake, money's fake.
Yeah. What's
math
real?
is fake. And people are like, the only thing that's real is math. I'm like, says who? That's
Right.
not true.
I will push back that math is pretty real.
if you went to
I'll
the
push
moon,
back a little bit, maybe. Yeah. What do you mean?
I guess. But is it more of a concept that just makes sense?
I think there
what about
is.
God? Is God real?
God's real.
God is math, actually.
God's real.
So if God,
Okay, but that's where it ends.
God's plan.
and
God's plan.
and is God a woman?
I don't know.
I
If
think
anything,
God-
God's not. Wait,
I
God
don't
is not
know.
real. If anything, God's non-binary. God is not real.
Well, I think
Anything-
that's biblically true though.
Yeah.
Because I
If
think
anything,
because
God is
is
non-binary.
everything.
I think in like John 3:16 it says, "Let there be non-binary God."
I think they said that there be non-binary light. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And
just
on the
like-
seventh
it's-
day, he
yeah.
made non-binary.
It's like the metaphorical he.
Yeah.
So it's not really like
He,
he.
they.
That's true. It's like in the sense of like in Spanish, it's just neutral.
Well, and God is three people, right?
Right, so
Yeah, it is.
hello,
God is a
plural.
bunch of.
Yeah.
God is
Them.
polyamorous.
God is poly. Because God's married to everyone. Isn't that you get married to the church if you're a Christian? It's like you're supposed to like be married to the church.
The bridegroom. Yeah, there is a whole element of like, there's a marriage element there.
God isn't real, but if God is real, polyamorous, they, them. And that's what I'll say and that's what I'll say publicly. Clip that.
Clip it.
And with that-
God.
And Sammie, like, if you want to elaborate, you can. Otherwise, I have a different question to ask.
I don't. I think we got there. I think we
got
tread
there.
where we tread,
We
and I
got
think
there.
I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
And if we make the enemies we make, like, that's fine
You're
with
like
me.
so scared. You're like gonna walk out with your head down in the.
I grew up in the church, like deeply, deeply in the church. This is actually good. Okay,
This is an icebreaker.
the icebreaker question that I wanted to ask was, what's something that people don't know about you? Because I'm very publicly gay, you guys okay with that? Like, let's get some applause.
I got get up and run away.
You guys aren't like applauding.
Why would
Oh.
you get up and
Ow.
Oh, sorry. I just hurt everyone's ears.
So people might look at me and they say, that girl, she's pretty gay. She has a girlfriend.
I would
like,
look at you and say, "What a nice smile."
oh,
Yeah, I would say,
really?
wow, I like your hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you guys. I mean, that's homophobic because you're like ignoring that part of my identity. But at least you're saying something
What would
nice.
you say about me the first time you look at me?
I love that guy's glasses.
You're ignoring a big part of me.
I'd say big dimples. Oh,
Oh,
I love
Huge
your
part
smile.
of me you're ignoring.
which part?
Cool
was that?
outfit.
My shoes, guys.
Oh, your Adidas.
My Adidas.
Let's do it to Gray. Gray, what would we say about you?
Oh gosh, I don't know. What would you?
Swoopy hair.
Oh, thank you.
Swoopy hair.
Genuinely. Okay, but something that people might not know about me is that I grew up in a deeply Christian environment. Like my mom was super high up at the Heritage Foundation, which is the biggest Republican think tank in the nation.
Whoa.
We don't
Think
really
tank?
talk TikTok, they came up with Project 2025. No joke.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, and they're doing a lot of it.
I know. And
Wait, they're kind of cooking.
I hate what they do, but unfortunately they're good at what they do.
No clapping.
No clapping, but it's true that they're good at what they're trying to do. It's just that what they're trying to do is evil.
Right. It's usually the evil ones that are quite
Really
good at what they
stuff.
do. Yeah.
And every superhero comic, it's like, well, the plan did work for the most of it.
And I will say every evil person in like comic, they're always rich. Like, I mean, like it's usually the underdogs that are like the good ones. And I'm starting to be like, as I get older, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Should I be evil?
I know. It's like they really push that agenda. But there was a full Ronald Reagan shrine in my basement growing up. There was a whole room dedicated to Ronald Reagan.
With candles?
There weren't candles in it because that would be sacrilegious, actually.
To Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
in the
my
Ronald
mom
Reagan
was very
Bible.
Christian. But like
there was
tons
just a lot
of
of paraphernalia.
Lots of Ronald Reagan paraphernalia. And because it was the only room in my basement with a door, it's also where like I would go to hook up.
In front of Ronald Reagan.
So I would like, it's like I would bring people to hook up in the Ronald Reagan room.
Oh my gosh.
Growing up. And
that's where the trouble started.
yes.
Was this to stick it to Ronald, or was it a combination of like, I do want to hook up, but also like, fuck you, Ronald? You're seeing something that you would not want to see.
I mean, I think what it really was like there was no other private space in the house, but like this one room in my basement had a door. It also happened to be the Ronald Reagan room.
Yeah.
So it's like just where I would go if I was
kind of cover Ronald up? Or?
No, I would own it.
You
and
owned it.
if anything, aphrodisiac.
Whoa.
I'm
Cowboy.
sorry.
What? Whoa, yeah.
Come
What?
on. I'm kidding. Guy in a cowboy hat. I'm like, that looks pretty good. Trickle down.
Yeah, was it younger Ronald?
Oh, you was trickling
Wait, I
down.
was trickling.
They was tricking down. Come on now.
trickling all the way down.
Come on, y'all. We was tricking down.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what was, my question is, what would they say? Because they said something, right?
Well, actually, it was
dark,
kind
probably.
of a running. Yeah, it was dark.
The lights were off.
I mean, it was kind of like, wow, like we're hooking up in front of the guy who ruined America
But
forever.
that guy also opened Disneyland.
Is that true?
I think so, right? Ronald,
That's something people don't know about him.
Yeah, I think Ronald.
Okay, icebreaker.
Well, because
Okay,
he was an
Ronald.
actor, right? Before he was president.
Yes, he
Wasn't
was
just
an
like
actor.
he was just a personality.
I want to ask
I know, he should have stayed in
He
that.
should have stayed in that. Yeah.
I want to ask our big film heads out there who know a lot about Ronald Reagan's filmography. Was he a good actor? Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
He must have been good.
Because
We should
he's
ask
the president.
Chris.
Yeah. Well, he rose the ranks.
Yeah.
I can't say for certain if he was a good actor, but I do know that at one point he was the president of SAG.
Wow.
I
Fran
actually knew that too.
Drescher.
Wait, that's bringing back something.
Well, he really hit every like category.
I
in
know,
America.
I know. It's really crazy. But so anyway, that was kind of just where I would take people to hook up.
Yeah.
And that's, and it became, sorry, this is answering a previous question and then I'll stop talking. Also, this kind of became a thing in my high school where it was like, oh, I've hooked up in Maddie's Ronald Reagan room before.
Oh my gosh.
Because I would have a group of people over.
A group?
You know, or like.
Group hookup?
What the fuck were you doing?
Polyamory in the Reagan
Your
room.
mom's like,
No, I just mean I would kind of sneakily host a little party and like people would go into the Ronald Reagan room to hook up. That was like the hookup room.
wow.
And
It
there
wasn't
will
even
be,
you solely in the Ronald Reagan room.
No,
There were
it's like-
other people who don't live in
it's
your
like
house.
you're like Ma's basement.
I would host a party.
You were Ma.
Don't make me sleep in front of Ronald Reagan
Don't make me
alone.
see-
Don't make me hook up with
I
Ronald
would-
alone.
and if we clip this, there will be people from my high school who comment on the clip. I've hooked up in the Ronald Reagan room before
Do you know-
because
is-
it was a big thing.
Do you know if it's still active? Like, are the kids still using it?
I don't think so because there are no children in my house anymore.
Well, it could be Ma though.
I know. I don't know. Maybe my mom and my.
She's just
my-
or the high school has kept up the tradition like after you left.
Oh,
like,
I hope so.
yeah,
that would be
it's
good.
got its own door.
Yeah.
But so
It
that's what
has
people
the
might
door
not
in the
know about
house.
me.
Yeah.
What might people might not know about you guys?
What could I possibly say after what you just said?
That I kind of lost my. I lost my blow.
What?
I lost my BJ virginity in front of Ronald Reagan.
My gosh.
In front of the shrine of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And people don't always
Wow.
know that. But I actually do stand up about
What
it
do
a
you
lot.
mean
So
people don't always know that? What?
Like, that's something someone guesses on the road.
It's like you guessed that right
It's
away.
like, hold on. Why am I getting a picture of Ronald and something else?
I
Put a
know.
finger down if you've ever.
Put a finger down if low-key Ronald Reagan, like he's such a bad guy, but technically he turns you on just because of the association that you've hooked up in front of him a lot.
Yeah, we're unlocking something.
You got
here.
Ronald Pavlov.
Yeah, I got Pavlov.
Yeah.
I got
Wow.
Ronald Reagan Pavlov.
Double R'd.
I know.
Yeah.
But then I grew up to be pretty gay, so it's like the pipeline is funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's all connected. Probably.
Maybe it's like the reason I'm gay is because I first was hooking up with men in front of Ronald Reagan, so I was turned off.
Well, yeah, because no other man
now
can
I'm
be
gay.
Ronald to you. Like
There's
if,
a
you-
lot.
if like Ronald had a kid or whatever, like something that looked like him one day, you're
Ronald.
walking on the street, do you think it would like you'd be like,
Wait,
would see him and be
actually-
like immediately connected.
Frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, you're like, hold on, what's happening here?
And then for some reason he would feel connected too, because he's
I
like, wait, I
know.
feel like I know you from somewhere. And
Like
then
in
it
a
become
past
like meet
life,
cute.
we
Yeah.
were lovers.
Well, for
What do people not know about you, Gray?
Well, so on my mom's side, I'm actually connected to Ronald Reagan.
Is that true?
No, I'm like, that would be
Oh.
crazy, right? No, we're like, hold on.
Okay,
no,
like
yeah.
fine, I guess.
But in a similar fashion, because he opened like Disneyland, I was reminded that people often forget. I actually worked at Disney World.
wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
were you a character?
No, I try. Well, I like my roommate was, and it's actually a very hard
I've
job
heard.
to get is the character.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to try because I
Mm.
didn't want to like face that rejection
Wow.
ultimately.
You could
but,
be like Prince Charming or something.
Well, they have like very specific things they look for.
requirements,
Height at
yeah.
face. It's like they like walk around with an iPad and like scan your body. It's kind of insane.
oh my god.
So I just worked on the rides. I worked in the Little Mermaid ride. I was like a skipper. I actually had no identity there.
Oh.
They didn't really. They didn't every other
ensemble.
yeah, it literally felt like ensemble, but some of the rides, like they tell you what you are. Like if you're in the Haunted Mansion, you're like a haunted butler. If you're Tower of Terror, you're a bellhop. And like for me, they just gave me like a pirate adjacent costume and they were like, figure it out.
And you're Sebastian the Crab.
Something,
and
yeah,
do the
yeah.
voice as well.
But the little kids would ask, they'd be like, where am I? Like, because I was like, it's like you enter a pirate ship in the ride you were on and then you're in the caves. And like they would be curious and I didn't know what to tell them. I would like have to improv. But yeah, I worked at Disney World for like 4 months.
Do you have any funny standout anecdotes from your time that you would say defined your time there?
Oh gosh, I could go. This could be the entire podcast.
I would love that.
Yeah, I think that the craziest thing that happened to me was like New Year's Eve.
Mm.
Like that is
New Year's Eve at
New Year's
Disney
Eve
World.
at Disney World is like it's insane. They sell every ticket they ever could. So like that park, it was like I don't know if you guys heard about Coachella, like the Bieberchella situation where it was like there was thousands of people. Like that's what Disney
yeah.
World is like. It's
Yeah.
Bieberchella
on New Year's Eve.
on New Year's Eve.
and Mickey
It's-
Mouse is playing D's nuts
Mickey
on
Mouse
the
Chella.
screen.
There's
Yeah.
the Disney World builds their own fireworks. They have like their own firework factory. That was
Mhm.
actually right behind the Little Mermaid ride that I
Whoa.
worked on. So the New Year's Eve's happening and they go out. It's 360 fireworks around the whole park. Looks insane, but definitely not safe. It felt like because Disney does such a great job at like if there's disaster happening, you don't know.
Mhm.
But like there's like so I was working the ride. And they call it backstage and on stage because it's all a show.
Oh my
We're all a
gosh.
show.
We're
Everyone's
stage
acting.
left.
So I really was
right.
ensemble. I really was because
Aw.
I was in the show. And so we were there blowing up these fireworks and I walk like backstage to get something and there was a full on blaze. Like, the
fire.
the building was on fire.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding, guys. Like so the fireworks go off and embers and ashes fell onto the ceiling. And our ride has water fountains there. I never knew why they were there. I always thought it was for like the effect of you're going under the sea, but they would always turn on at random times. But it's because they turn them on to prevent the building from burning. But because it was New Year's Eve and they had this massive show, there was triple the amount of fireworks and it couldn't put them out. So the roof was ablaze.
Whoa.
And people were in line and like we just had to like, and I was like waiting for them to be like, are we like closing the ride? And they're like, we got it.
So you had to pretend like you didn't see a giant fire right behind the
I
building.
did, and they had it was a full like battalion like putting it out.
Oh
back
my
there.
God,
And
at
you
Disney
couldn't
World.
you couldn't hear. They just turned the music up, so it's like under the sea, and it just blocks out all the fire. And they didn't turn the sirens on, like they call it Reedy Creek Fire Department, which I've learned is also there's a whole conspiracy here. Reedy Creek is actually a fake town that Disney built.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not real, but
Yeah.
Disney had to make a town so they could have their own fire department and their own school. So that it's all fake. It's all just Disney. And so that's why I think they didn't turn their sirens on because they make their own laws. I don't know.
Oh
That's
my
just that's my
God.
theory. Yeah.
Disney, whoa.
Yeah.
They like have their
'Cause
own
they make their own
like
laws.
The town of
World.
Reedy Creek is just
Disney
Disney.
World.
It's just Disney. Yeah. If you look up Reedy Creek, like public elementary school, like nothing's real.
They have a school.
They have to have a school
In order to
have
have a
town.
fire
Yeah. So I
department.
think kids go there. There's like also a place called Celebration, Florida, which is also fake.
Okay, this is blowing my mind.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just my
dark.
little thing that you don't know, but yeah.
That's quite sinister.
Yeah, I had to get out of there because people don't leave.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They work there and they never leave.
That's sinister.
Why do you
Yeah.
think they don't leave? Because it's just a
They
good
get
job.
perks. They get perks, and
Mm.
Disney's like, you get free parks, and like it's like people would be like, I met a guy that this is the day I was like, I gotta get out of here. He was like, oh, you're in the college program, and I was like, I am, and he's like, I was too, and I was like, oh, when was your program? He goes, it's never ended, and I was like, what? And he was like in his 40s, and I'm like, what? And he's like, I never left. I was like, what about college? He goes, didn't finish it. He's like, I never left because like, what else do I need? Because like they give you like food discounts and you get to go to the park for free. But then people leave. If they leave Disney, they don't actually leave. I was talking to him and he's like, but I still get out. Like I'm going to Paris. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Like you're going to see the world.
Paris
and I was
Disney
like,
World.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I can't wait to see the castle there. And I'm like, what castle? He's like, Disneyland Paris castle. And I'm like, you're going from one Disney to the next. Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It sounds like the Lotus Hotel in Percy Jackson.
yes, yes, you go and you never leave.
Yeah, but what were you going to say
You
something?
were in the mist.
I was.
You didn't see the
yes.
demons. You didn't see them for who they really were,
Right.
which were Greek demons.
Until I left. And now I'm like, wait a minute.
I think you were in a sort of Get Out situation where you work there and then they cut your brain out and then put Mickey Mouse in there.
I 100% agree.
Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse Cella.
I got
Every
the email.
day.
Yeah, I got the email. I was like, would you like to extend your program? And like that would have been where they cut my brain.
Yeah.
Can't believe you were in the Disney college program. Good for you for getting out.
I did get out. And I know people that didn't. And honestly, if you're watching, no disrespect.
Some
You had
disrespect.
better rides. I worked on the Little Mermaid ride. It just
Yeah,
wasn't,
maybe you had a part. Maybe if you were an ensemble, you would have stayed.
If I had worked in Tower of Terror, I'd probably still be there.
I love the Tower of
Yeah,
Terror ride.
me too.
Sammie, what's something that people wouldn't know about you?
I just learned this because my sister did a 23andMe or Ancestry or whatever. I think I'm going to say 3 numbers, either 4th, 5th, or 6th cousins with LeBron James.
Whoa.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
yes,
no,
you're kidding?
I'm not kidding. Yes, I'm kidding.
Wait, oh, you are?
That's a joke. No,
You're kidding?
no. It's actually Ronald Reagan. No,
You
it
don't
is
know what's
LeBron.
real?
I'm so serious. And the reason why, so I guess with whatever app she used or whatever program,
Wet my whistle.
it shows you, and Gray's wetting his whistle in his pants,
Sorry.
and whatever, like whoever you're related to who also did the test, they just show up, and she's scrolling,
You're
she's
kidding.
scrolling, and she sees LeBron James. And how I know this is truly LeBron was it was a selfie of him in his driveway. It wasn't like a Getty image
Yeah.
like
he
LeBron
put
James
it
held.
on there himself.
Like it was like because he's a grown man. He's 41 years
Yeah.
old. So it's like a 41-year-old selfie, and he's like this.
That's so
In his
funny.
he can see
driveway.
you now. Are you part of history as well?
At least my sister's
So
true.
he could
Yeah.
scroll and see you.
and see me and be like, I'm cousins with him.
Yeah.
And he would
With
because
this
he
guy
would
from
see
the
me.
Staple
Yeah.
View podcast?
It's like,
Yeah.
I was watching right now. LeBron, if you're watching.
Wait,
LeBron,
can you
if you
do something with that?
Yeah, wait. Could you?
I don't know.
did you get
Go
money?
to get him
I
here.
could at least grow to be
Go
6'8"
get
or
him.
something.
Could you go get him?
I could, yeah. I could go to a Lakers game and be like, LeBron, we are 6 cousins.
Cousins.
We are 0.4% genetically related, LeBron. We are just as much related as I am to Adam and Eve, LeBron.
my gosh.
What do you think he would say, Sammie, genuinely, if you got time with him and told him you were 5th or 6th cousins?
And in this situation, I'm talking to him and he knows I'm
Yeah,
speaking
you
to
somehow
him.
got FaceTime with him.
Yeah, like you run
What'd
into
you
him
tell him?
somewhere and you tell him like, hey, I just wanted to let you know we're 5th cousins. Really? Like, what do you think he would say?
I think he'd say, oh, that's cool, man.
Oh, you think there's others like you that have done the same thing?
Yeah, there's all right, back of the line, buddy.
Yeah.
And then there's 1,000 more people from
We're
Ohio
all
who are
6
like,
cousins.
LeBron, I'm 7th cousins with you. All right, cool, bro.
He's like,
Back of
heard
the
that
line,
one
bro.
before. Heard
Now,
that one.
Gray, what do you think if you said that to LeBron James? What do you think he'd say?
I think actually I would intrigue him. I think he'd be like, hold on, you're going with me.
Wait a minute. Front of the line.
Let's figure this out.
He sees the whole row.
The whole line
and
is
he
just-
sees Gray, and he's like,
I'm the only white kid just like in the whole line.
You come here.
Can we talk for a sec? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And I did. This is completely unrelated, but I saw Bronny at a bowling alley.
Oh,
Really?
Wait, you're connected to him. You're like actually like this is happening.
I'm his brother, I guess.
Something's
technically,
going
yeah.
on. The
Universe.
world is bringing you together.
Yeah, I think the genetics in terms of the height and the muscle mass, I think skipped
Yeah.
mine. My
And that's what-
generation.
you could get there if you
Yeah.
trained.
I think they
you
got
ever
there
seen the
from
movie
the
Like
womb.
Mike?
I did. Do I need the shoes?
Yeah, you need the shoes.
I guess if I just put on the shoes. Have you seen the movie Air Bud?
I have.
Maybe if I were a dog.
Yeah, if you were. Well, that
That
would
might
intrigue
work.
him.
Yeah.
If you could transform into a dog.
LeBron, bark.
Yeah.
I'm 6 cousins with you. Bark.
You transform.
Like an Animorph.
Yeah, I love anamorphing.
If he saw a dog in the line, he might be like, "Let's talk."
I wish I could morph into an animal.
So if he saw a white man and a dog, those would be the 2 people that he wants to
That's
talk with.
they really intrigue him.
I think it would.
Wow, I can't believe this. This is amazing. Congratulations.
I don't think it's such a distant relationship that I think if we I'm not
I think
gonna
it's
say what
under
I was
10.
gonna
I think
say.
it's under 10 though. That's if it was like you were 18th, 19th, but you're
I'd be like, that's
6.
nothing.
You were still like in some races they would place you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like I'd go to I'd
Sixth
Again,
place.
sixth place.
Does
Yeah.
exist in some capacities.
and I'd qualify for the next race.
Well, I don't know if you'd qualify, but yeah.
How many people are in this race? 6?
7 billion.
7 billion.
7 billion.
Yes.
The
Wow.
sperm race.
It's like I don't understand how cousins work. I'm like, yeah, you're 6 out of 7 billion.
I really don't understand how cousins work, to be honest.
6 out of 7 billion. And with that, I would love to play the first game. This is a game.
Yeah.
Sammie is so awesome. He's the best. And he also is a big fan of the Pitch Perfect movies.
Love them.
And so we're going to play a
love
game
those.
where we're talking about the fashion in Pitch Perfect. Will you kind of introduce it, Sammie?
Yeah. So this was the Pitch Perfect movies are incredible. I think there's so much comedy to be mined from a cappella groups. I think they're some of the funniest things that we have ever invented, other than like clowns or something.
And even that's
Or like hot
I think
dogs.
acapella is funnier than clowns.
I think so.
But less funny than hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs are pretty funny. I think my dream is always to form you know how Lonely Island does their little comedy songs? I would love to do a comedy song a cappella group and like a funny pentatonics.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody is funny and wants to
I
put
would
that
be
up,
part of
like,
that.
and then Gray is one of the Gray could be a tenor or baritone
The tenor,
voice.
yeah, tenor 2.
Yeah, and then we've got our tenor 2 voice.
Ensemble?
So
Ensemble tenor 2.
tenor 1 or whatever. But anyway,
Doop bop boop. Start doing it now.
da da.
Ow.
Da.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we got the band here.
We've got our
We're good.
alto
Toes.
voice.
Yeah, I am an alto.
Da 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 da.
I got a new life. You can hardly recognize me. I'm so sad. Hidden behind it.
Oh, not the one for me.
Yeah.
And then here's the part that I know.
Enough.
I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes and I am
Happy
happy
now.
now living with you. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
I saw the sign. Wait,
Why
why do you
are
know?
we kind of good? Like,
Why we
I
know?
actually feel like that was low-key good.
Like it's like if we had.
God, we listened back and it sounds like fart.
And y'all's ears did not sound good at all.
Are people in the chat saying it was good?
Is anybody in the chat?
No, they're kind of saying what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, what's happening is we're about to play a Pitch Perfect themed podcast game, which will be led by Sammie, who's the
what's up,
guy
Sammie?
that is on the podcast.
Listen, real quick, I know we're not supposed to address the TikTok chat or whatever, but I really need to talk about this. And if you're on YouTube, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you join, and I mean any live stream, if you join any live stream in the middle and go, what is this? What app are you on? What the
It's all what is this? The whole app is what is
Wait,
this?
you don't know anybody. It's you're scrolling. You don't know who
It's your job to
anybody
figure it
is.
out.
You just, oh my God.
it's
Yeah,
like
figure it the fuck out.
you joined our thing. You
You
came
came
to
into
us.
our world.
You can't walk into my house and be like, what the hell is going on here?
What's this decor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my place.
You
What is
walk
this
into
decor?
Sammie's room and you go, "Who are you?" No, you
came into our
my
room.
You came into my room. You come into the live stream. You say,
Oh,
"Who
now
is
I'm
this?"
pissed.
It's not.
We don't get him banned.
Get him, Greg. Get him, Greg.
Get him banned. We don't do that here.
We're gonna be nice, but just know that we're doing you a favor by explaining to you what is this. We're going above and beyond
Yeah.
here.
But
And with that, Sammie, take it away.
thank you.
We got to get into this.
You're
Before
right.
before we get into this, one thing I have to add. I am in the Pitch Perfect 2 movie.
Is that true?
This is not a lie.
Are you in the competition groups?
I'm in the gold sweatpants scene where they
Are
tear
you
off the
serious?
gold.
I'm
This
Googling
is
this.
true.
Lying.
Look up. I'll go to YouTube right now. Everyone, if you're watching, type in Pitch Perfect 2 gold sweatpants scene.
Are you?
You're lying.
Oh,
to
my
us.
YouTube is bricked.
I
What
want
does
to get the
that
brick.
mean?
I want to get that.
The brick, it's really
exciting.
good.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pull this up, and this is true.
Sammie, you got to explain the game because people in
Right.
the chat, they're pissed. They're saying,
What is this?
What
Who
is
are you?
this?
They haven't learned anything. And then this is the last thing, guys. Hey, when you tweet something like a question that's easily Googleable, I understand that you want community and you want like your friends to reply. Just fucking Google it. I don't understand. Okay, so this
I completely agree with that.
this is sometimes we just use the internet in such interesting ways.
What
And-
is this?
I'm not on
I
Wi-Fi.
don't know.
And
Like,
then I understand some of the people saying, "What is this?" are actually 12.
But that doesn't excuse it. They should learn this lesson early. Don't come into somebody else's thing and say, "What is this?"
What's
Take a second to learn the environment.
So the Staple View Wi-Fi password, it's actually Sammie, Maddie, Kel, Chris, Jeremy.
That's
Bennett.
not true.
No way. Okay, well, type it in someone later.
We're gonna get it later.
So
but
this
Sammy.
is so
I could do it on
basically
here.
I watched, and my good friend Gray is actually in. Fun fact, he's actually in the Pitch Perfect 2. He's in the puke.
I'm an
scene
extra.
where-
I'm an extra.
Yeah, he's in.
Featured.
He's Ben Platt's brother in the third movie. So this is, I think, Pitch Perfect is a time capsule
Mhm.
of outfits. In the sense of like if you've seen like Shake It Up or any
Yeah.
of the older Disney TV shows, they dress so crazy.
It's true.
And there's two parts. So I just burped and stuff like that. There are two parts to this. The one part is I want us to do a little tier list of these outfits just to see like where it is looking back. Looking back, is it giving or is it goffing?
Is it serving or is it?
Is it serving?
Swerving?
Yeah, is it
Is it
serving or is
serving
it
or
swerving?
swerving?
Right, serving or swerving. That's the first part. And the second part is I want us to, after this discussion, kind of like a lesson, like we're doing school or whatever, I want us to think about where we are in fashion right now. And do we think, like, what trends of fashion will stand the test of time, or what podcast in 20 years is going to be three people looking back at what we were wearing and going like, this is F tier, this looks stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's just begin with our tier list of the Pitch Perfect outfits.
We're going through Pitch Perfect outfits and we're putting them on a tier.
Yeah.
What are the tier options?
There's S, A, B, C, D, and then F. Is that what we got?
Let me see what we're working with.
What is this alphabet here?
S is for Sammie.
No
A
F,
is for
just S A B C D.
S, A, B, C, D.
S, A, B, C, D. Yeah.
S is the best. D is the worst.
Sabikda.
Okay.
What movie is this the third one?
This is the last one. This is the newest one.
Yeah, because that's Haley Steinfeld in there. That's not the
And
first
so
one.
tell us which one you guys got there.
Haley's
We'll
in the
get it up
sequel
for
and-
everybody else.
and the third one.
She is.
Sammy,
this is
you
true.
lead us through it.
Can you turn that around for us, y'all, just so I can get it up for you?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say Rebel Wilson's character name. I'm just gonna call her Amy because I feel like that's nicer. So Amy's wearing a MAGA hat. I don't know what's happening there. So what do we think of these? I think just
You got it.
right off the bat, this Curious George ass outfit that Haley Steinfeld is wearing, I think I'm gonna put that in F tier. Just immediately, what do we think?
We also have
Do
to
have
take into account where
thoughts?
they are in life. This is in the third movie. They've graduated college. This is their early adulthood.
Yeah.
So this is how they're going. This is how they're presenting the world. That's saying, don't mess with me. I'm a real business person.
To me, this is D tier. I think they're all dressed bad. There's nothing distinctive. There's nothing that I would pull into the modern fashion world.
Yeah, let me see here.
Like there's nothing interesting here. Like they're just all wearing.
It looks kind of like what you'd see on a textbook in high school when it's like the math textbook and it's like everyone's in bright colors.
With no branding.
Yeah, and there's no branding.
Except for whatever's on Rebel
I do
Wilson's hat.
I do like this red coat. It's a little timeless. It kind of feels like right here. This one.
That coat is
Aubrey. Is that her name in the movie?
You talking about Brittany Snow's
Brittany
character?
Snow. I think her name's Aubrey. No, it's the girl. They always shipped her with Anna Kendrick's character,
Mm-hmm.
Becca, and what was it?
Brittany.
Schmecca, I think.
What's Brittany Snow's character's name?
I forget, but we know.
Yeah.
I think that red little velvet number is giving. I think
Okay.
that one is giving
yeah.
a little bit.
Where
yeah.
would you guys put it?
I would put that in a solid C tier.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
good with C.
midway there.
So personally, I would give Ms. Haley F
Mhm.
velvet number C tier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving I don't
like that.
it is not giving, and I'm sorry, Queen. You are an incredible singer, but this is awful.
They could have given
For
her
audio
better style.
listeners,
Yeah, this
it's
is-
a girl wearing like a long it's a long plaid shirt under
Over
a
a
smaller
crew neck.
sweater.
Yeah, like
a
this
crew
is
neck
and the
sweater.
jeans
ridiculous.
not tucked in.
It's
The
not
cuffs-
good.
It's ridiculous.
It kind of looks like something that like a Midwestern politician would wear.
It
but
does,
it
even red, white, and blue.
But the blue, like what is a sweater over that? It looks like she put it in the dryer and it shrunk. So now it's wrongly sized.
She's so beautiful, but the
Haley
outfit is
Steinfeld's
bad.
wearing an insane shirt.
Yeah, I like it's.
What is going on?
I would give that F. What is
That's
happening
F.
here?
Wait, this movie didn't this come out in like 2013? It was like 2015 this came
Yeah.
out. We had better style than this.
Let's move on to the
then-
next one. I'm sick of this one. Okay, this next one, we're looking at
a little
Anna
classier.
Camp's character. She's wearing this like pink, kind of almost frilly number.
I like that.
And then Brittany Snow is wearing this like blue checkered dress.
But what movie is this? Because it really.
This is also
depends.
the third movie. I know this.
Okay.
You don't understand how much I know about Pitch Perfect.
Wow.
I
They filmed them all in my hometown.
This
Except
is
for the third
insane.
one.
Where did they film?
They filmed the first two in Baton Rouge, Louisiana,
Cool.
That's
at
incredible.
LSU. I snuck on the set. Every day.
No way.
wow,
really?
I really did.
Is that
Yeah.
how you got in the second one?
Yes, I wasn't supposed to be there.
Can you tell
Take
the
us all the
story-
way back. This is crazy.
Yeah, tell the story of how you became an extra in Pitch Perfect 2.
Okay, so the first Pitch Perfect was filming and no one cared about it. They thought it was this nothing movie.
They'd be
Um,
wrong.
They were wrong, obviously. The movie did kind of flop in theaters, but had a second birth on demand. It was really the start of that. And so then when they came back the second time to Baton Rouge, I mean, everyone knew about this movie. It was like the big thing. All the stars were coming in. They had a bigger budget. And then I knew about it because I was just like film nerd. I was like, I just wanted to be working in the movies. I was still in high school. So it was like, it was an insane time. But so I wasn't actually old enough to legally be allowed to work on this because I was a minor, but I lied. And so I said I was 18 and I got hired for one scene, which was the opening of the movie when the Troublemakers, this is the sequel, are like Haley Steinfeld's introduced as like a character, and then the Troublemakers are doing for Barton University's like
This is the orientation
scene.
Yeah.
Which they ended up cutting the song they did that was really good. But after that, they didn't want to hire me again because they didn't want the same extra to be in the background. They like when you're hired as an extra, like they're just you're a one and done usually. And so I was like, that's not gonna happen. So I would find out where they're filming via the extras casting company. The local one would kind of post like vague things of what they were filming. Like, we need old people. So I was like, okay, it could be an old folks home, whatever it is. I would find out that, like, very detective mode. And then I would drive around the day that I knew the extras were needed. And I would look for the signs because they have little signs that they put out. And they said pitch slapped with an arrow. And you'd follow the arrows and I would find where they were filming. And then I would find the tent that I would see extras going into. And I'd walk in there and go up to the desk and I'd say, Gray Fagan. And they'd go, we don't have you on the list. And then I'd say, that's weird. I got the email. And then that's all it took. And then they would, and then I got paid every time.
You're kidding.
I got paid every time. And then
Gray, how many times are you in this movie?
I did like 9 or 10 scenes.
What?
Yeah.
Like
I was
$1,000
everywhere. Oh, I was making bank from it because they would pay you like, you know. And
Your full-time job was basically lying to get onto set to be an extra for Pitch Perfect 2. You made a whole business out of conning the Pitch Perfect
I conned them.
production.
But the best thing is I didn't even need to stay the whole time because I was never supposed to be there. So I could leave whenever. I was not documented, really. And so I would leave when I wanted to, but I usually stayed. But where it got me in trouble was the last time I was there, the second to last time I was an extra, they needed old people. So I was like, I don't qualify. So I went to my grandparents and I told them I was taking them to lunch.
Oh my God.
And I picked them up and instead I drove them to set.
Oh my God.
And they
you brought your poor grandparents into your con.
And they brought my grandfather in because he looked the most old and they wanted people to look. This isn't really in the movie. It's not harped upon a lot, but they should have because it was so funny. So the Barton Bellas are performing for blind people is the joke they made. So they had the whole old people audience wear blind glasses. But then in the movie, they kind of drift over it. I was like, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they just took my grandfather, but I was like, no, I need to be on camera. And so I walked up and I was like, my grandfather has severe diabetes.
You
like,
lied about your grandma being
I was like, if
grandpa
he needs his
sick.
insulin and I'm not there with my grandmother, like he could go. And they're like, oh my God. So they brought me and my grandmother to set. And that's the one that made the movie.
I'm not like playing up my reaction. This is the craziest thing I've ever
it's insane.
done in my life.
Well,
But that's
so-
how I'm feeling too. Like, I'm almost like, it's crazy that like this isn't news.
I get DMs. That's why I get DMs all the time from people saying, are you in Pitch Perfect? I was trying to pull it up.
Because
Are you in Pitch, Gray, are you in Pitch Perfect
Because
25 times?
No, because it's like, it's recognizable enough where like I'm on screen long enough that like you can see it. And that's the scene with my grandparents. Look, see right here. Were you in Pitch Perfect? This girl keeps messaging me. Emma, if you're watching, it's true. I've never responded. But
were you in Pitch Perfect? I
she's
need
just
to.
commenting,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Basically, for audio listeners, this random girl named Emma, shout out Emma, has DM'd Gray a bunch of times, just going, I need to know, were you in Pitch Perfect 2? Were you in Pitch Perfect 2? I need to know, were you in Pitch Perfect?
I'm on screen long. It's when Elizabeth Banks says the line, even these common people can see the Barton Bellas are losing it. And when she says the word common people, it's me. I'm the common people and my grandparents.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but when it all went wrong though was
when they were trying to edit the movie and
like
they're
this guy.
who is this guy who's in the background of every single group shot?
Y'all, as you can see, it was working so well. I got very bold that I was like, there's no rules. I could do
Yeah,
whatever
you
I want on
lied
the
that
set.
your grandpa had
Yes.
severe
So
diabetes.
After that, I was like, I can do whatever I want. So I
No!
my cousin comes to visit from Seattle, and I'm
You're like, we can
Yeah.
be in Pitch Perfect.
Right. But that's what I said. My cousin was like, what can we do today? And I was like,
Oh,
do
we
you want
can
to be
be
in
in
a
a
movie?
movie.
And she was like, what? And so I brought her to set. We go in there and we're filming the scene. It's the scene in the movie where they're.
What do you mean we're filming? You're not a part of this production.
So my production.
You're not a part of
I had so much ownership and I was 17 years old. And so I walk in there and it's the scene before they're in the third movie or the second movie, they're performing and we meet Das Sound Machine, the German band.
Yeah, with
This is
Flula,
where
yeah.
we're introduced with Flula,
Yeah.
popular YouTuber. And so they're there and they put me and my cousin Courtney, shout out Courtney, they put us on an escalator and they're like, you guys are going to pretend you're on an escalator. Well, we can't turn the escalator on because it's too loud. So you're gonna have to walk up, but make it look like you're like moving and not walking. And I was like, this is insane. This is not what I brought my cousin to. I wanted her to have a Hollywood experience.
This is insane.
And so I walked the
Who
PA.
do you
yeah.
think you are?
The PA walked away and I turned to the group of extras and I was like, y'all, we're not doing this anymore. And they're like, what do you mean? And I was like, we are gonna be on camera. I'm done with this. Like this is exercise. And they were like, what are you gonna do? Just walk on set?
This exercise.
And so I looked at my cousin and they go, we can't just like go and be in front of the camera. And I was
And you're like, really? Because I've been doing this for months.
Yeah,
I've
right.
been doing exactly that for weeks of shooting now.
And so I was like, what? I was like, the frick, we can't. We're going up there. And so me and my cousin, I go, follow me. We walk up the escalator. I find when they're filming, which is that scene with Das Sound Machine. I see them planting the camera. They put Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson, the whole gang's right here. And they're watching Das Sound Machine. And that's the scene they were shooting. And so I waited for them to wait in between scenes. And I went and I planted myself and my cousin in front of the camera, right like by their table. And this guy walks up and he's like, whoa, wait, where'd you guys come from? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes like, who put you here? And I go, oh, it was the guy wearing black. They're all wearing black. And
Oh
so,
my
and he goes,
God.
oh, like Jonathan? And I was like, yeah, I
Yes,
think so. I don't know, I
Jonathan.
guess. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. And so they start filming the scene. I'm there. And then they move my cousin even closer to camera in the next setup. And so we're having
I'm
a ball.
dead.
It's great. And then the day wraps and they come up to us at the end and they go, hey, you guys need to be back here at 8 a.m. because we're filming the rest of the scene. And I'm like, great. Yeah, totally fine. And so we leave. 8 a.m. rolls around. Our alarm goes off. And I'm like, ugh, I'm tired. Like, I can't do this. And so my cousin's like, well, don't we have to? I was like, it's fine. Noon rolls around. We get kind of bored. And we're like, what should we do? Should we go back to set? So we go back to set.
After not showing up,
Yeah.
after shoehorning yourself into
Yeah.
the movie and then deciding to be like, actually, never mind.
Ruining
Yeah.
their entire
You
take.
ruined
Ruin it. So we
there.
get back there at noon. We walk up. This PA walks by us. She stops, does a
Oh.
double take, comes back and goes, or did y'all just get here? And we go, yeah. And she goes, where were you? Where were you at 8? Didn't y'all need to be here at 8? And now I'm like panicking. I'm like, oh, frick. I guess
I fucked up.
I
Yeah.
messed something up. And I'm like, she's like, hold on. And she doesn't let me answer. She just grabs me and takes me. We get ushered to this other room. This other crew member walks up and they start doing the same thing. Like, where were you? Where were you? And like, everyone's looking at me. Next thing I see, Elizabeth Banks is like, I'm watching the information trickle down the line to Elizabeth Banks. And I see her get irritated at her like first AD or whatever and getting mad and it's trickling back. And now all the eyes are on me. And I had no options. I had to, and this is where I'm so ashamed.
Did you?
I had to throw our local casting company under the bus, Caballero Casting. I apologize. This is where I was not loyal to my fellow Louisiana film industry people. And I was like, well, the casting company didn't tell me to be here. And they were like,
Oh
and
my God.
I watched all these people like turn on Louisiana. They were like, oh, the locals did it again. And
Oh my God. You
Yeah.
ruined Louisiana's film
I
industry.
did. I probably caused I wreaked a little havoc. And but it all worked out because I'm in the movie. So
Are you fucking with us?
this is all true. This is my start in the film industry.
This is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, there's no reaction big enough that I could give that would convey how I'm feeling. I mean, truly, the amount of information you've given
I
me,
just
like,
offloaded a lot. Yeah.
I'm like never going to be able to process this.
If I see Elizabeth Banks, I can't wait to tell her.
I need
I
her to
thought-
see this.
I thought the Ronald Reagan thing was over. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was up there. And then you told us a series of Rube Goldberg lies that you told to be in Pitch Perfect for
Dude, yeah.
more screen time than Anna Kendrick is in the
Yeah.
movie.
Honestly, it feels that way. Yeah, I'm probably in the background a lot more. And
What's crazy to me is you forced yourself into this movie and then you treated it like it was nothing.
And I stole.
You would think, I know.
you committed fraud.
I stole a pitch pipe as well.
No, money. I'm talking about
I did steal money too.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about
For
money.
The
somebody-
budget.
Yeah, you
Universal. I stole from Universal.
And you ruined Louisiana's film
For
industry.
a good bit. Wait, they left after that. I'm not kidding. The film industry left until like they're kind of coming back. It could be for my fault.
Oh
Well,
my
don't
God.
go back to Louisiana.
Yeah,
I'd
you
say.
can't show
I
your
can't.
face in Louisiana.
It's just it's not disgusting. It's actually funny to me that you'd get like the escalator bit. You going like, we're done. Like, what do you mean we're done?
That
We're
is
done with this
also
exercise.
objectively horrible to do. Like to make people walk up an escalator and to pretend the amount of abdominal like strength
Yeah.
it took to make it look like I'm not taking steps. I was like, this is ridiculous. This
We
is
can't
not
stand for
street
this.
extras.
You
extra. You're not a part of the production. You're not an extra.
That's true. I was
to
not.
enter a production you're not part of and to unionize the group.
You committed a revolt.
Yeah, to
You
lead,
started a protest.
And
to
they were
usurp
shocked.
to usurp the director, usurp everyone, and be like, actually, fellow extras, we're not fucking doing this anymore.
This is fucking ridiculous.
This is dumb.
Follow me.
Also, escalators are probably so quiet. Turn them on. That's my issue with them.
Yeah, that's fair,
That's why I
honestly.
did it. They deserved it. And they had us wearing winter gear in July in Louisiana. We're done.
I think that has to be the S tier section. I don't really think we can play
Well,
the
yeah,
game
we
after
could rank.
that.
Well, we could rank my outfit if I could pull it up. Can I pull it up? Does this have internet?
Yeah, go ahead and pull it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
I can't believe this is happening to me.
It's unbelievable.
In my ears.
I need people listening to the podcast to understand that when we decided that we wanted to do a segment
They
today
didn't know.
where we were talking about Pitch Perfect, we had no idea that Gray had this unbelievable connection to
When
the
I saw
movie.
when I saw the topic on there, I was like, who leaked it? Okay, so
Who's
I'll show you guys this
crime?
first.
Audio listeners, we are
So-
watching.
Audio listeners, fuck you.
This is the scene that
Audio
I'm
listeners,
in.
we're watching the scene in the movie where they're wearing the gold tracksuits.
Can you turn it around for us?
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is.
Yeah, fine,
I'll show
bring
you
it.
guys the scene,
and then turn
I'll
it around
pause it
for video.
So this is the scene. Right, and so we shot this with the old grandparents. Everything's going wrong.
Gold tracksuit scene.
Yep.
It's all tracking so far.
It's all
Yeah.
tracking.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously it all starts to go haywire. I'm like, we watched all this multiple times, and then Elizabeth Banks is now Wait, they cut off. Hold on, I gotta find the right link.
So
They cut off. This
in
is
real
not-
time. Universal figured out that Gray did this, and they've cut out every single scene that he's in
Yeah.
all prints of the film.
Yo, I just pulled this up last week because I do this all the time, so I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, you're gonna find it. I really am laughing, like, because I was a showrunner's assistant on a TV show, so I was very much like in the editing bay for when they were editing this TV show, and I'm picturing. Like if something, because we would talk about the extras a lot, like while they were editing, like it would just be like, okay, here's what's happening. They definitely talked about you.
Oh,
They
I mean,
definitely were
yeah.
like, who is this blonde kid who is in every single scene?
Well,
who
and
hired him?
They
Check
were
the pay stubs. Were we
Cavalier,
paying him?
the Cavalier casting
Yeah.
company.
the extras also have like an entirely like here we go. Okay. So,
Okay, now we're looking at the
here
gold
this is the
tracksuit
one.
scene.
This is the scene, so you can
Hey,
see it. Yeah, sorry, little guy. There it is, and then Elizabeth Banks
Beating
says,
DSM seems impossible for this team.
Even
Even
these-
these common
Love the
people.
braids.
"There I am,"
Oh,
my God.
my God.
and that's my grandmother, and that's my grandfather.
Oh my God. The fact you got your grandparents
We
in
got
the
all in
Pitch
there.
Perfect
So
movie.
I'm wearing a blue shirt with a white undershirt and khaki pants. That's S tier probably.
Audio listeners, I cannot stress enough. Gray is close to the camera.
Yeah.
Like Gray is at the front of this
It's
shot.
like a special
Yeah,
shot.
we were
for-
in the
for
screen.
him.
Imagine being in the movie theater, and I mean, the entire screen is just my family. Like, and we had a line attached to us. Like, when the editor was in here, they heard Elizabeth Banks' line, even these common people, and they were like, "We got to find the common people. Where are the common people?" Here he is.
They cut to
It's
you
us.
and your grandparents, who, by the way, can't remind people enough. You lied about your grandfather
they're going
having
to lunch.
diabetes.
My grandfather was eating the prop cake because he was like, "What's going on? Where am I?"
I thought we were going to lunch today, my grandson.
and they had to be like, "Sir, do not eat that. It's covered in hairspray to make it look dewy and fresh." And I was like,
You poisoned your
I
grandpa.
probably did. Yeah. I was-
For nothing.
I needed to get to Hollywood. And here I am, baby.
No, you're in.
I'm in, where are we?
yeah,
Just
we're in the
bleep my
Staple View
mouth.
We're in
studio.
it's Hollywood adjacent.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
snuck onto the Pitch Perfect set to get here, basically.
Yeah. This is
And-
where it all led to here,
It all led to here.
to this podcast, this moment. And I'm so glad I can finally answer this burning question in my DMs. This is it, guys. That's me.
I can't stress enough how
My God.
you got your own shot. Like, you are kind of a big part of this scene.
You have to, I'm the wrap up. Like, I'm the reaction to them. The whole inciting incident of this movie
Inciting.
is that the Bellas forgot who they are, and the public has realized that.
Even the common people.
Are
Cut to Gray.
understanding. And so, like, to me, it's very important that I'm in the scene because, and I thought about a long time, like the clap I did, because it's like, you know, they were clapping the performance is over, but it's like, it has to be a clap that's like, they're not good, you know? So it can't be like a clap. There's a lot in that clap. So I do like a very,
You're acting.
you know, I'm acting. Yeah. I'm acting, and my grandmother, I mean, we're all acting our butts off.
Except for your grandpa, who was poisoned by
he was
hairspray
confused
cake.
the whole time. And like, he was just like, what's happening? Honestly,
to be honest,
he's probably high.
you got a part that like people do audition for, as in like auditioning for like the common person who has a reaction. You got that part.
I made that part.
Wow. And that just goes to show you can make your own jobs.
Yes. You have to fight for what you want, and
Yeah.
you have to storm the
The Capitol?
The Capitol. You
Right?
You have to storm the Capitol.
Where were you?
Yeah.
And where were you on January 6th?
Watching
Probably
this
on Pitch Perfect
I was
3.
probably
On the
watching
set of
that
Pitch Perfect
movie.
3.
Sneaking onto set,
Yeah.
probably.
I wouldn't recommend like the exact way I did it, but the principle is true. What you're
Wow.
saying, you gotta forge your own path.
People are always like, Hollywood is dead, make parts for yourself. And it's like, or go on to a Hollywood set
Studio.
and demand that they put you in the movie.
Yeah.
Not even demand. Fake, pretend you are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even
awesome.
doing it for the money, but when I would get the checks, I was like, this is an added benefit. But it's true, yeah. Where did the payroll somewhere? Someone paid the piper.
You had
Yeah.
to have sent them like a W-9.
I was a minor. I was a minor.
So
I don't know how
who
I
were
was
they?
working.
What were they giving you?
They would
Cash?
send me, they'd send me a check, and I would just cash it on my phone, and it would work.
I hope you get in trouble. I
No
hope
way.
they find you. I hope they've been searching for you for years, and they never had your name, like they never had your information, and they like
What's this
use
guy?
this.
And
they
then
use
you
this.
go viral on TikTok, and they're like, "This fucking dumbass.
This
we
fucking
got
guy,
him.
we got him. We're
Yeah.
outside your
They're
house.
also so bad about filming. We filmed stuff like for. I know I could go on and on about. Like I said, I think I did take up the whole podcast. With this
No,
story.
that was kind of what needed to happen. I'm going to be honest. That was one of my favorite stories I've ever heard. I don't know if it's ethical. Like, I don't know if you're like a good person, but like I,
It was the old me.
No, I think you
Yeah.
are a good person. I thought that was cool. Do we want to rank? Do we want to do our final segment? Cold and flu symptoms?
We can, yeah.
Or
a
Sammie,
good time of the
do
year.
you have a crazy story to tell? Like, because I told a crazy story, Gray told a crazy story. Do you have a crazy story?
A wealth of crazy stories that I will not share in public.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I will not, because that was a crime, what he did. And I will not be, I know that the police are here.
They're outside. Wait, this was a setup.
Yeah.
You are the people. You work for her.
And
Elizabeth
my name
Banks
is Sammie
Elizabeth.
Cavalier.
And
Caballero?
I'm
You're
Anna
Yeah, I am.
Kendrick.
Yeah.
And
we've-
that is Anna Kendrick right
We've
there.
been searching
Yeah.
for you for
Elizabeth
years.
Banks?
Give us back the pitch pipe.
Give us back the pitch
I wish I
pipe.
could pull that out right now and in the podcast.
Did you still have it with
I
you?
do. It's in Louisiana. I
That's
didn't take it with me.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe you stole a pitch pipe.
I kind of said, yo, I was so bold. I was like, I can do anything. And the guy had a cart walk by, and I was like, they had a couple of them. So I was just like, ding, ding.
What makes me so sick is that I thought there was going to be a part in the story where you got caught because you said this is
No.
where I got too bold. And then you tell the story, and then
I
the
keep
end of the
thinking
story
new
is everything
things, yeah.
worked out.
Well, I also went into the casting or the crew, like casting crew trailers at one point, just because I was exploring with my cousin, and I saw
Exploring, right.
posters for the thing, and I was stealing a signed poster. And then Anna Kendrick did walk. This it all sounds like lies, but she did walk out of the trailer, and she was like, "Wait a second!" And I thought I was caught. And then she goes, "Can I? I didn't sign that one," and she signed it. So I have a signed poster for her as well and the crew. And she just thought, if you just act like you were supposed to be there, guys, you can be wherever you want.
I'm not kidding. I've never been so inspired. I'm like,
The viewers be
why
inspired too.
aren't we just acting confident more often?
I don't want you in jail, Maddie.
Yeah,
I don't want you in prison.
Yeah, but it's like
Thank
these
you.
are lighthearted crimes.
I don't know.
you
Yours was
stole
scary.
like 4 figures of money from this production.
Yeah.
I do wonder how much a poster from Pitch Perfect 2 would sell in like 30
Ethically,
years.
I do think you ruined the Louisiana film industry. Like, I do feel like you probably got that casting company blacklisted, and maybe that's not okay.
And they helped on my feature too.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, cool.
they helped like get me extras. Like, in Caballero, please
Work with him
now
again.
that you know this information, work with me again.
Wow. Well, I guess if Sammie, you don't want to tell a crazy story, let's wrap it up with for anybody joining or anybody who just wants context for what we're about to do, we're gonna rank cold and flu symptoms. into tears.
Yeah.
Sammie, this was your pitch, so you lead it.
Yeah, it was. So if you have any stories about how you snuck into my gallbladder or something,
I will, yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know if you have some sort of thing to like an Osmosis Jones type of thing. I got really sick, and it wasn't COVID, but it was something. I had a crazy allergic reaction, and then I got a cold.
Yeah.
At the same time. So my body was in so
overdrive.
many. Yeah, it really was an overdrive. And then I had diarrhea. Then I vomited at the same time.
Oh my god!
And then I peed myself. And then I
Yeah, he's
vomited.
referencing me.
Because I'm
I was
referencing
doing
me, as in what happened to me. And
Really?
I took poop out of the toilet, and then because that was my only choice.
I took vomit out of the toilet.
Cold and flu.
Yeah, from my cold and my flu. So yeah, I wanted to rank cold and flu symptoms. S being like you can go through the rest of your day, all good, all cool, and then F is I need to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the basis of this. So do we have our symptoms?
Number one in terms of cold and flu symptoms is headaches.
Oh, we can go. You could go about it. Well, it depends on how strong it is. But
Yeah.
Let's put everything pretty intensely.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go. We're at
well then you're
100%.
dead. Yeah, headache, a bad headache.
You have
you're-
cancer.
Yeah, that's on the bottom.
Well, I guess if we do that with all of them, then they're all going to be.
So you have 100% headache. You do have brain cancer.
Yeah, you do.
So
I already know what my S tier symptom is of a cold and flu. Like I feel like when you get those kind of cold chills and you lay in bed and you're still cold but you bundle up and you're like you're in a warm bath but you still get a chill. I actually like that feeling. I would S tier that.
you're a crazy person.
I'm with Gray. S tier for chill.
I
Like
agree.
that's when you get the crazy dreams and you're like kind of on a ride.
Okay,
Yeah, that kinda
S
feels
tier
good.
is
Yeah.
good. We like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a headache. I'm gonna give that just a solid D tier.
I'm going to give it D
It's not
tier.
gonna F. I can move around and operate in the world with a headache, but it will fuck up my day.
Yeah, it's a D tier.
What about congestion? Like when you're just fully blocked up in your nose and like you can't breathe. Like that's
C tier. To me, congestion is C tier because
You can move with your mouth a little bit.
yeah, you can do stuff. Like I can still focus. I can still send emails, but I just can't really like talk to people.
Yeah.
I like despise that. I'm like all the time. I'm like, and I recently discovered this drug called Afrin. Sorry, can I say the word drug?
Yeah.
It's a
can't say
it's a
Afrin,
medical
though.
drug. Afrin. But that's like it's like a spray. And what's crazy about the spray is it constricts the vessels in your nose immediately when you spray it. So your congestion's gone. Right. I'm telling you because I was on a shoot and I needed like my actor friend had told me like the studio gave him that so he could do the scenes. So, 'cause you sound congestion when you talk. It worked.
So not a doctor.
He's not. Well, the
that.
studio gave it to him.
Yeah.
But what I learned is if you use it more than 3 days, you get addicted.
Cool. So it's like an opioid.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it probably is
But
something
the
crazy.
reason you get addicted is because it constricts your vessels, and then your nose gets used to that. So like the second it unconstricts, it overdrives and produces more like congestion outside of the virus. So you have to keep using it, and then your body gets dependent on it. So if you use more than 3 days, but that's how powerful it is.
Wow.
So if you ever have a cold, like I'm telling you, if y'all use that, like just as long as you don't go over 3 days, it does wipe away the congestion.
Wow.
So that to me, where I used to put the congestion on like the bottom tier because I thought it was inescapable, now I would make it C tier because there is a way to counteract it.
With the Afrin caveat, it's C tier.
Yes, without Afrin, I can't
F,
survive.
the Z
I
tier.
can't survive with like I can't move.
I'm gonna put it like D tier with or without Efron.
Zac Efron.
Yeah. If Zac Efron has to punch me in the face to get my congestion out of there, maybe S tier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next
so
up,
true.
Next up, we have sneezing.
I love sneezing.
I like sneezing,
Actually,
yeah.
sneezing might be S tier for me. I love sneezing. What do they say? You sneeze 7 times, that's like an orgasm. Sorry, can I
is
say
that what
that?
it said?
Who says that?
Somebody
Did
said-
Ronald Reagan say that?
I think
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan said that when I was hooking up in front of him.
Or
It's like
LeBron James when we
sneezing,
were
so-
at the family cookout.
Yeah, it might have been
One
LeBron.
of the people, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's interesting.
have you never heard that there's anybody hear this?
I've never heard that particular one, but I know about the sneezing.
Apparently 7 sneezes is equivalent to an orgasm.
I don't
Hey,
even know what
Is
that
how
word.
hard are you sneezing?
Right.
I thought I saw this on TikTok or something.
Is it like you mean the exertion it takes?
I don't know, and I don't know, and I
Right.
don't agree. Like I don't know what that means, but
I've only ever sneezed 6 times in a row.
yeah, so maybe 7.
I need
You'd
to hit
have
that
to know.
7th to really hit that God.
I love sneezing. It feels so good.
Like,
Maddie, I
and
looked
on
it
that
up.
7th time, woo!
I went on Snopes. They did a whole deep dive on this, and it is fully false. It's
Okay, but it's something that people say, right?
It is,
It
and
came from
literally
somewhere.
the article was is sneezing 7 times in a row the same as an orgasm?
Right.
This was from 2006 for what it's worth.
That was a good year.
So it's an outdated study.
It's
That
an
was
outdated
yeah,
study.
we need
But-
to-
Maybe there was
Yeah.
new
Study.
information and it's actually
good
true.
year.
Yeah, bodies have developed in 20 years.
But for me,
Yeah.
it's S tier. I love it. It's so cathartic. It feels like scratching an itch. It's
It
great.
It also like just like ejects.
I love
Mhm,
sneeze.
kinda like
That's why rare orgasm came from.
Yes,
Yeah,
probably.
Ejecting things.
I would,
Exactly.
I would agree with you guys, but so what happened was I sneezed more than 7 times, and it did not
Oh.
feel like I was ejaculating.
You
What
gooning-
happened was
sneeze gooning.
I sneezed. Yeah, I was
Sneeze
sneeze.
maxing.
I was fuck. I was sneeze gesture gooning, and then
That's my favorite Jester Gooning.
I sneezed almost 1,000 times. We got 100 minutes left. I sneezed 1,000 times, and I was like, something is wrong, and then
Ow.
my entire face swelled up
Yeah.
into like 10 seconds.
If you sneezed a bunch, that's
Yeah.
bad.
So then that gave me I'm going to bump it just down 1 tier to maybe A tier, because if I sneeze more than 7 times, I'm not having an organism. I'm having like an allergic reaction to
No,
commerce.
Definitely. Like too
Yeah.
many. Yeah.
Yes.
Too
All right.
many sneezes.
I don't like in coughing. Of course, it's just gross.
Hate
Everyone's
coughing.
coughing around all the time.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, so coughing is next. What do we
Coughing
think?
is F
F.
tier.
That's just gross.
Awful.
And it
Awful.
lingers after a cold and flu. Like you have it for months after.
And you can
Well,
smell
maybe
a
I would
cough.
say D tier because here's the thing. If I'm having one cough and it's an extremely satisfying cough, it's like phlegm is brought up. I actually love that. That's a B.
Personally, yeah.
B
a
tier.
satisfying cough.
But
yeah.
usually coughing is like you're coughing and you're coughing nothing up, so that's
Yeah.
F tier.
I'm still F
Yeah.
even with the phlegm. The
Mm.
phlegm makes me sick to my stomach.
I love phlegm. It's
and
so
sore throats
satisfying.
are bad. Fever, I would put in with the chills thing.
Yeah.
I like it. I like chills. I like fever.
I kind of like fever too, actually. That's like
Yeah.
B tier for me.
It's just nice, and it's also like like you're like I'm sick.
Yes, you're like, I'm sick. I'm gonna watch some
can't.
movies.
'Cause it's
today.
like not gross sick. It's not like I'm vomiting and diarrheaing, but you're like I have a fever. I'm sick.
I like gesturing. It's not like I'm vomiting and diarrhea,
Vomiting
but I'm
and diarrhea.
also
Last one, have we gotten fatigue? What do we think about fatigue?
Hate fatigue, but that's
Yeah.
like C tier.
I'm
It's
like
like
always
fine.
fatigued.
Yeah,
Fatigue is everything.
Yeah, fatigue is just mine everyday
Also sounds
life.
fancy. Yeah, it's like,
fatigue.
Can I have one fatigue,
one
please?
fatigue, please.
One
Yes.
fatigue.
My fatigue today.
I'm putting fatigue in F tier because I love to have energy. Can we put one more? Can we put sore throat, guys? What do you think about sore throat?
Hate
It's
sore
also
throat.
basic and like weak, but I like
I
it.
hate sore throat actually. Hey, fever for sore throat. Whoa, sore throat for me actually might also be F tier because I hate it so much.
You guys have put so many in F tier. Like obviously they all suck, you guys.
I put
So
some in.
it's like
I put
can
some in D tier.
I put B tier because it's like you're gonna get it from lots of things.
I don't like sore throat. I don't like being sick.
don't
I put
like
being
it.
sick as F tier.
So I guess we're just gonna move everything to F tier.
Yeah, cold and
there's
flu is
some in
definitely
S
all
tier.
F tier.
Guys,
It's
okay.
either F tier or S tier to me.
Okay, I'm gonna put
I would
fine.
aneurysm would be nice though.
My aneurysm
No, my
is S
mom
tier
had an
for sure.
aneurysm and she almost died.
Oh my
and,
Aneurysm
God.
F tier.
and she got
Oh my
brain
God.
surgery and
Wait,
she had
it's
to get
kind
brain
of sick that
surgery.
she survived an aneurysm though, because usually that's like you're
If they
done.
caught it 1 second later or something, she
How'd
would have
they
been
catch
dead.
it?
Well, actually, it was right before it popped. They caught it.
They
caught
Don't
it.
say it like
Is that how it works? Is a pop in your brain?
If it pops, you're fucking dead.
Oh my-
But they caught it like through a different way. They caught it because my mom like was kind of sick from something else. Went into the doctor.
like,
they
you
did a
might have
scan.
a popped
Found an
vein.
aneurysm. She had to get brain surgery. She couldn't talk for like 6 months.
And that's
Fine.
why. And then she built the shrine.
Actually, way before that, she built the
okay.
shrine. I wish we could blame it on the aneurysm.
Sweats or B tier? Sweats or B tier? What do we think? Sweats. You get
I
sweaty.
I hate sweaty. And actually, I found a deodorant that I use that I found out has like anti-sweat in it.
Afrin.
It's Afrin. I'm spraying Afrin.
Yeah.
No, it's called Carp or something like that. And it's like
Carp.
yeah, it's a
Afrin. What
weird-
world do you live? You're in a different dimension.
She's on Pitch
I
Perfect.
got,
These
I got another
find
drug.
me. They find.
There's another drug called Squiggly
Well,
that you can do, and you
it's-
rub it on your feet, and it makes you big.
It's squabble squab.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like I don't like sweat now.
That's great, dude.
Ever?
I don't think so.
Everything works out for you. You get in the Pitch Perfect movie, you don't sweat. And guys, I'm going to say sweat for me, coughing, that's Z tier. I'm going to say sweat for me is B tier because actually I like sweating. I like being sweaty and chilled when I'm sick.
All
And
right.
that's how we're going to end the damn podcast.
We're all sweaty and chilled right now.
Before the
and
end,
we're
I'll
fatigued
give
a
you
little bit.
some of the rankings you
Oh,
have.
sorry.
So the one that we firmly put in S tier, at least I was following Gray's lead, is chills.
Love it.
A tier is sneezing. B tier, we have
Yes.
sore throat and sweats.
Ugh, no.
Sore throat is F for fuck me.
All right,
Or-
fine, just sweats. Then C tier is congestion, D is headache, and then F tier is
It's all of that.
sore throat, coughing, and fatigue.
Okay. Yeah, I take that. Yeah.
That's a good
We
list.
take
Fatigue
those.
and the fatigue's on there because it's like lame. Like it's
Yeah.
a lame one. It's not because it's like so hard to like fight through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, if you're listening to the Staple
With the
View
cold and flu.
podcast and you're having the cold and flu right now, we're going to give you one piece of advice. And it's
Watch Pitch Perfect.
watch Pitch Perfect, and then also sneak onto set the next time they're filming one of those movies.
We're all gonna be in the. Well, they're making it would be the fourth one. We're all gonna be in the fourth one together.
When they do the next season of Bumper Takes Paris, guys, just fly to Paris and try to get into one of the scenes.
Awesome.
And honestly, as the outro, I think we should hit a zoom
Zoom, 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 zoom. Staple View podcast is over. It's over. It's over.
Here's the thing.
Staple
We
View
started out friends. It was cool, but it was all
Staple View
pretend.
podcast.
Yeah.
Staple View podcast.
And now you never hear me say, Sammie, Gray, and Madi on the show.
Well,
And now you ever hear me say,
Staple View pod.
Staple View Pod.
I can't talk in the microphone, cause Staple View podcast.
Thanks to you.
Staple View podcast.
The
Staple View pod.